Your dog's day doesn't fall apart the moment you leave. It falls apart in the 30 seconds before you do. Most owners think separation anxiety starts when the door closes. It doesn't. It starts earlier, in a sequence of signals you're sending without realizing it, and your dog is reading every single one. Welcome to our channel. Today we're breaking down 5 things happening in those final moments before you leave the house, the science behind each one, and exactly what to do instead. Stay until the end, because the 5th one is the mistake almost nobody thinks to check, and it's often the biggest one of all. 1. Why does your dog start watching you like a detective before you've even touched your keys? This isn't clinginess. It's pattern recognition operating at a level most owners never notice. Dogs build behavioral maps of their humans through repetition, the exact order you put on shoes, pick up a bag, move toward a door. Researchers who study canine cognition describe this as associative chaining, where a string of small, unrelated actions gets linked together into one predictive signal. By the time you're consciously thinking about leaving, your dog has already detected the sequence, sometimes minutes before you have. Here's where most people make the mistake. Feeling guilty, they spike the energy right before walking out. Fast talk, frantic affection, an excited voice meant to comfort. But a nervous system that's ramped up and then abruptly abandoned doesn't land softly. It crashes, and that crash is often where the pacing and whining actually begin. Here's what to do instead. About 2 minutes before you actually leave, stop what you're doing and face your dog directly. Soften your face, drop your shoulders, and hold gentle eye contact for a slow count of 5. Don't speak yet. Then look away first, on your own terms, the way you naturally would at the end of an unremarkable moment. That single sequence, hold, then release, is the signal. It tells your dog's nervous system the moment has already peaked and passed, and nothing dramatic is coming next. 2. Why does a dog who seemed fine 10 minutes ago suddenly seem tense right as you're getting ready? The answer is in the body, not just the brain. Dogs carry stress and physical tension long before it shows up as visible anxiety, and it tends to collect in specific places: the webbing between the toes, the area where the front legs meet the chest. These are areas with a high concentration of nerve endings, which is part of why touch there tends to produce a noticeably different response than touch almost anywhere else on a dog's body. A pat on the head doesn't reach any of that. It's a greeting, not a release. When that tension stays locked in the body, the nervous system has no reason to stand down, because physically, alert is still where the body is sitting. Here's what to do instead. Sit beside your dog and use 2 fingers to make slow, small circles in the webbing between each toe, about 5 seconds per paw. Then move to the chest, right where the front legs meet the body, and use the flat of your hand to apply slow, gentle pressure in a circular motion for about 10 seconds. Keep your own breathing slow while you do it, because your dog is reading your pace just as closely as they're reading your hands. If your dog pulls a paw away, don't chase it. Just move to the next one. 3. Why do dramatic goodbyes make things worse, not better? This is counterintuitive, and it trips up loving owners constantly. Kneeling down, a long hug, a whispered goodbye, lingering eye contact on the way out the door. It feels like comfort. To a dog, it reads as an event, and dogs are built to mirror the emotional weight of an event, the same way they pick up on tension before an argument or excitement before a walk. If you treat the exit like something significant is happening, your dog's nervous system agrees with you, and significant to a dog left alone afterward becomes synonymous with unsafe. Here's what to do instead. In the final 2 minutes before you walk out, do nothing dog-related. No final cuddle, no extra treat, no last lingering look. Get your shoes and bag exactly the way you always would, on the same days, in the same order, if possible. Then, right at the door, say one short phrase in a low, even tone, something as plain as "back soon." Say it once. Don't repeat it, don't look back, and don't pause with your hand on the door. Walk out the same way you'd walk out to check the mail. If you have a routine where you usually look back through a window or a glass door, skip it today. That extra glance restarts the goodbye instead of letting it end. 4. Why does a worn t-shirt left in a dog bed actually change behavior? This one comes down to what scent means to a dog's brain. A familiar scent left behind tells a dog's nervous system something specific. My person exists. My pack is near. Nothing has been severed. This matters more than most owners assume, because a dog's sense of smell isn't just sharper than ours. It processes information in a part of the brain tied directly to memory and emotional state, not simple recognition. Here's what to do instead. The night before, or that morning, wear a plain t-shirt for at least 20 minutes, just doing normal things around the house. Don't wash it. Place it directly in your dog's bed or crate, the spot they already treat as theirs, not somewhere new, since a familiar location reinforces the familiar scent rather than competing with it. Replace it every few days, since the scent does fade. If your dog is new to this, you can also just take a shirt straight from the laundry hamper, as long as it's recently worn and unwashed. One item, one familiar spot, that's the entire setup. 5. And this is the one almost nobody checks. What's actually playing in the house while you're gone? Most owners assume any background noise will do the job, so they leave a television on a random channel or a radio set to whatever station was already playing. But television audio isn't designed for a dog's nervous system. It's designed for ratings, sudden commercial volume spikes, action sequences, sirens in a crime drama. None of that is predictable, and unpredictability is exactly what a stressed nervous system can't tolerate. If your dog startles hard while you're out, there's no one there to help them come back down from it, and that startle can compound into the very pacing, barking, or destructive behavior you're trying to prevent in the first place. Here's what to do instead. About 5 minutes before you leave, turn off the television entirely. Put on instrumental music or a nature soundscape instead, something with no sudden peaks, at a steady conversational volume, loud enough to be heard from across the room, not louder than that. If you're using a phone or smart speaker, set it to repeat or loop a single playlist rather than relying on a streaming algorithm, which can jump unpredictably between tracks and volumes without warning. Leave it running and leave the room calmly. That's the whole adjustment, and it's the one most owners skip entirely because it feels too simple to matter. It isn't. Before we wrap up, one bonus point worth mentioning, because it ties all 5 of these together. Consistency is doing more work here than any single step on its own. A dog whose owner does this routine once and skips it the next 10 times doesn't get a clear signal. They get noise. So if you only take one thing from this video beyond the 5 steps themselves, let it be this. Pick the version of this routine you can realistically repeat every single time you leave, even a shortened version, and stick to that exact sequence. A simple routine done consistently will outperform a perfect routine done occasionally every time. None of these 5 steps, on their own, will look like much. 5 seconds of eye contact, under a minute of touch, one short phrase at the door, a shirt in a bed, a steady playlist. But done together, in that order, every time you leave, they form a complete and consistent signal, the same signal your dog has been waiting for this whole time. Being alone is not danger. Being alone is rest. That's not a trick. That's a nervous system finally getting permission to stand down. If this helped you see your dog's mornings differently, share it with someone whose dog struggles when they leave. Subscribe to our channel for more science-backed breakdowns of what your dog is actually communicating. And let us know in the comments, which of these 5 are you already doing and which one are you trying tomorrow? We read every single one.